Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Andrea Gabrielle. Everything withstands the light of day. My relationship between my Divine Masculine and I is meant to withstand distance, time, space, separation, adversities, setbacks, delays, challenges, and also the negative opinions of others trying to infiltrate their energy and their so-called say-so, and why a divine connection shouldn't come together in divine union. There is nothing more that these nefarious people can do to hinder or block or derail a divine union that's meant to come together. All the energy work that they keep doing, the black magic, the love spells, the sex spells, it's all being returned back to senders. These people are stupid. They don't have any realization or recognition of what's really going on. They keep trying to do the magic spells, the love spells, you name it. They keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. And it's ricocheting back to them. And not just that, but the person that they've hired, the practitioner, he's reaping it too, along with them. And there is nothing more that these people can do to hinder what's meant to be and destined and ordained by God. And I don't care if you nefarious people like it or not. And I am coming forward today to speak a truth. Something that needs to be said, something that needs to be spoken. And I have it in me. I will say my piece. I will stand in my truth, my authenticity. And that's just how I'm going to always operate. I don't have nothing to hide. I don't have no secrets. I'm not a mysterious person like everyone thinks. I just have, I have my own time where I go into hibernation. And there's nothing wrong with that. But these people are trying to give their opinions, their feedback, because they don't want this divine connection to come together. Our divine connection is meant to withstand other people's projections and their negative opinions of why a divine connection should not come together and manifest in the 3D. When these people do their best to keep trying the love spells, the magic spells, the sex magic, the black magic, the candle magic, when these people keep on and on and on, they don't realize that Rodrigo and I cannot be affected anymore. They don't realize this. They don't realize this. Because these people are so delusional and they're so focused on trying to break up and ruin and destroy what has been destined and ordained and orchestrated by God and the divine. Everything that they're continuing to try to do is ricocheting back to them. And even the practitioners that they're hiring, it's all being sent back because access has been denied to Rodrigo and I. Nobody can touch us. We are highly and divinely protected in the spiritual realm. And I wasn't joking when I said that. But what I am saying in coming forward is that the jealousy stinks, yes. And there's people that just need to get a fucking life. That's just the bottom line. And people that have nothing better to do but go out here and live this ruthless existence, how pathetic, right? But anyway, I am coming forward and saying what needs to be said because I don't hold back. Never will, never have. And so everything that's happened is because of jealousy, envy, hate, animosity, money, greed. It's because of all the above. All of the things that have happened to Rodrigo and I were intentionally, deliberately, and maliciously done to hinder things from coming together in divine union. Did they delay things for Rodrigo and I? Yes, but they can never stop anything that's meant to come together. And because of all of their efforts and continuing to do their bullshit, they are reaping it now for what has happened. I have personally withstood the test of time, all the injustices, all the toxicity, and the projections of other people, because I am highly protected in the spiritual realm and divinely protected in the spiritual realm. And I feel so secure within myself. And I also know my worth and my value. In spite of the opposition, challenges, setbacks, delays, it doesn't matter. I know who I am, and I know my worth, and I know my value. And I also know that I am a good person, I'm worthy, I have a lot to bring to the table, and the opinions of other people do not matter to me. I value myself, I respect myself, I have self-respect for myself, and I do not need to be validated, vindicated, and I don't need, praises and, and all of that, I don't need all that. But I understand that most people in general do not have the best interest at heart of what's going on between Rodrigo and I. And this is why our divine connection has been delayed from manifesting in the 3D. I'm sorry, y'all, it's really windy out here. But anyway, I don't care about the opinions of other people because I validate myself. And I feel whole and confident within myself. I'm not saying I'm all that, but I know who I am. I love myself, and I know I'm worthy, and I know I can offer a lot to Rodrigo, regardless what anybody says or thinks. And it doesn't bother me that people want to talk trash against my name, because God hears everything. He hears everything. He's seen everything. He knows what's up. He knows what's happened. He knows about all the injustice that has happened. And I know that the love that I have for Rodrigo is just as genuine as the love he has for me. I don't have any ulterior motives other than just to come together and be with him and finally see him face to face for the first time. And our relationship is meant to be in the sunlight. It's meant to come out of hiding, basically the dark. And it's meant to not be caged up. Public humility. I'm sorry for the wind. It's just one of those things you can't help. Public humility is something that all relationships undergo and face and go through when they are exposed and being brought out in the open. I don't care what other people say or think, or what they want to throw out there, or, give their opinions. I don't care. Because my divine connection between Rodrigo and I is a divine connection that two souls have come together and fallen in love with one another. We have nothing to hide, nothing to hold back. Yes, we're going through some adversity right now. I've not heard from Rodrigo for like 5 months now, and the silence is deafening, But I keep doing me, striving and thriving, and these karmics are not going to win, because God has seen all of it. He's seen the bullshit, everything that's happened. And I know that our divine connection will withstand the test of time, and we never have to worry about each other betraying each other, deceiving each other, abandoning each other. And we will always connect. Even when we drift apart, we will always come back together and connect again. And will our connection in and of itself live or die over public humiliation? Or will it withstand the test of time? The real test forces my divine masculine and I not to listen to the opinions of other people, not to seek outside validation from other people, and not to be swayed or persuaded by the opinions of other people who were never in support of us to begin with. People who interject and project their own opinions into other people's realities is a projection of their own insecurities onto our relationships. And our relationship is meant to be tested in order for us to not be swayed by the opinions of other people, because it's part of our soul lesson. And it's also a part of strengthening one another. Like, are we going to be tempted to want to go back to the old us? Are we going to want to be swayed and, go over here instead of we know we should go over here? It's everything is being tested right now between Rodrigo and I. And we've also had our strength tested 100% for one another within the dynamic of our relationship. I am not a person who gets triggered easily or swayed easily, because I understand who I am as a person, and I also understand that people have their own insecurity issues and unhealed wounds that need to be worked on. And when people want to project their own opinions regarding relationships, a lot of it stems from jealousy, hate, envy, animosity. Let's face it, we all face scrutiny, adversity, setbacks, delays, challenges. We all go through that. It's not uncommon in relationships. And in this relationship dynamic that my divine masculine and I have, it's been the most healing relationship either one of us have experienced in our entire lives. And what I have found out is when people want to project their own opinions regarding other people's relationships, etc., then it becomes more of a them problem, not a you problem, not a Rodrigo and I problem. And we should not be swayed or persuaded for what's going on or what's being said versus what's not been said. And we shouldn't be listening to the opinions of other people, basically trying to sway us, into, maybe you should really reconsider, do you really think you should be with so-and-so? Do you really think you should really take that leap of faith? Do you really think that he or she is best for you? And it's just, when this comes out, this becomes an act of emotional manipulation to make you feel stuck and question your own abilities, and to make and to keep you from making informed decisions. And emotional manipulation is what's happened to Rodrigo and I. And though this is something that is not uncommon, it's something that's happened in our divine connection, because there's a lot of people that don't want this to happen between us. But it's not about what other people want, right? It's about what two people want and what their hearts want. Because in the end, the heart wants what the heart wants. And so I just wanted to come forward to say what needed to be said. In spite of public humiliation, I'm fighting the good fight. I'm not giving up or backing down. And in my personal opinion, people need to mind their own damn business and get a life. My divine justice and divine retribution are coming. And I'm not giving up. And I know Rodrigo's not either. And so I just wanted to come forward and say what needs to be said. I hope you all are doing really well wherever you are in the world. And take care. And I love you, Rodrigo. And I'm sorry about the dark time coming, but this is how it is for me. I would also like to interject that for those of you that know what's going on with me, I am homeless. I'm literally living on the streets now. And so I am, just being safe and just doing what I have to do. I am receiving donations through my GoFundMe, but unfortunately they don't come in like quickly. It's like give or take 2 to 5 days, 3 to 5 days. And so if any of you can and are able to give, I could really use the support, and I also could use the prayers at such a time as this. I don't deserve to be out here, but I'm actually coming out and exposing everything because I don't have nothing to hide or lie about. And I'm going to expose these people until I've been told not to. And I am not, trying to have a pity party for myself for being out here on the streets. I'm not trying to have a pity party. I am trying to be strong. But I do know that my justice is coming. And nobody can stop it. What's happened to me is extremely unfair. And though I thought twice about, do I want to just bring this out and expose myself like this out in the open, that I'm literally homeless, Hey, I literally got evicted on April 3rd this year. I literally went to a homeless shelter after that for 90 days. I literally did this. I literally did that. So I'm just coming out here and sharing what needs to be said, because this is all a part of my testimony. And if you can give, I would appreciate it so much. It will really help me out. Thank you, and God bless all of you. Okay, it's dark time, so see here.